Hello everyone, welcome to our example of how to use Excel. This is 2019, Excel version 2019, but it's not significantly different if you are using Excel 365 as part of Microsoft 365, all right, or any other version actually of Excel. So first thing, if you have go to the data tab at the top and over all the way to the side you see data analysis. If that's the case, you're good to go. All right. If you don't see that, then you may need to go to File, Options, Add-ins, and you'll select Analysis Toolpak. And when you click on that, mine's already added in, then, okay, it won't be in active, it'll be down here in inactive. You'll click on that, you'll click on Go, okay, and you'll then use the Analysis Toolpak, you'll check box and then OK, and that will put it in your software. You should only have to do it one time. Shouldn't have to do that each time you go in or anything. It should be there. So assume that that's already taken care of. We have some data here, not enough data. Typically we probably would prefer to have at least 30 examples of data to be able to find a trend and to trust that. So, but we're going to do it just because the process is the same regardless if you have 100 data points or 10 data points. So over the last 13 months, we've kept track of how many units were produced and our total overhead costs for each of those months. So we've matched up exactly the monthly production with the monthly overhead costs. We've already done any account analysis. We've already looked at, make sure there's nothing in there, there's a mistake, that sort of thing, and moved it around, make sure it's in the right month. All that type of thing's already been taken care of. So now we're ready to apply regression to that. So we are postulating or believe that the amount of production or how many units we produce is what makes the overhead costs, determines the amount of the overhead costs. So that is our relationship that we're going to investigate here. So this is the independent variable and this is the dependent variable. We believe that overhead is dependent on how much we produce. So we go to our data analysis and we scroll down till we find regression and click on OK. Our regression is going to ask us what the y range. Y is the dependent variable. So we believe, and the easiest way to choose this is just to click on the arrow and then highlight the dependent variable. We believe overhead is dependent on units of production. Click enter, and then we need X range. That's the independent variable. X is the independent variable. Again, we use the arrow, highlight all of them, making sure we got them all in the same order as you did the overhead. You can't start from the bottom on one and the top on the other. Excel needs them to be in the exact same order, exact same number of rows, all that good stuff. Okay, enter. And then the only thing we still need is where do we want the results to go. The default is to make a new worksheet. Okay, so if you want it to just be on the same spreadsheet or same sheet as your data, you'll need to change your output. Again, all you have to do is just click on any cell, and that's where the answer is going to go. And then click on OK. Here is your output, your summary output. So this is how we interpret this. Our intercept, okay, is the fixed costs, or the if it's y equals mx plus b, it's the b. If it's that's the fixed cost, is the intercept. So we know that that's 10,600. Don't get caught up in the fact that Excel gives you multiple decimal places. We are estimating. Nothing here is exact. So we are happy with the idea that it's 10,600. We do not need a cents on that. All right. And that each unit produced has a variable cost, the X variable, the variable cost per unit of $16.05. And I'd probably, since we're estimating, would round that to 16. Okay? So our formula is the overhead costs equals 16 times the units plus 10,600 in fixed costs. So if you want to predict your overhead costs, that's going to predict it. That's how you're going to do it, by first estimating how much units you're going to produce, and that then will translate into that level of overhead. Now, how confident are we? How good do we feel about this? Our multiple R, remember, we want it to be close to 1. It's at 0.8. That's not too bad. It's not great. And our R squared is 66. So 66% of our change in the overhead is determined by the change in the units of production. That's probably lower than we would want for actually to feel confident. Probably want to, well, since we don't have enough data, maybe the better way to handle this would be to get more data, or more, maybe look at a different activity that might cause our overhead. Maybe we need to break our overhead into pieces, and maybe there are different activities that cause different overhead to go up and down, and that are not captured in this very simple regression. So that's probably not going to make us feel like we can go forward with that, because we want that typically R squared to be about at least 0.7 to feel like it's going to be something we can use to actually predict the future. So that's how we would interpret that. That's how we would make Excel work. The tools there. You can find data and practice in the homework and all that sort of thing as much as you would like.